Hi there, welcome to Subpar Stitches. My name is Hillary and this is my Flosstube channel. So this update is from July 23rd, I forgot what month 7 was, July 23rd to August 6th, which is the day that I am filming this. I just got done filming an hour-long video for my nail polish channel, and it was a drama video, so if you guys are interested in nail polish drama, that video is also live. You can go check that out before one of the creators in it doxes me and you never see me again. I wore my really cutthroat razor blade earrings too for that. But yeah, so these past 2 weeks, I feel like I've done less stitching overall, just like time-wise, because lately on my health arc, I'm trying to take better care of myself and like get my life like truly on track. I'm not like just saying that I want to get my life on track. I'm actually doing it, and I actually feel freaking great. And I'm so happy all the time. I said that sarcastically, but it's true. I'm waking up at 6 a.m., exercising for 30 minutes. I've been doing my makeup every day, which I've surprisingly enjoyed. I've been wearing all the perfumes and making sure my nails are always painted, which you'd think as someone who started out as a nail YouTuber, that wouldn't be like a crazy ask, but things got dark for a second. I've also had a lot going on after work, and good things though. So I have some stuff to show you. So I do have projects to show you. I have finishes. I got all the stuff. I got even a little bit of Stitchy kindness haul. So strap in. It's all timestamped down below. So we're gonna hop right into finished objects because I like to start with the finishes. And the first one that I finished, I just recently posted this on Instagram, and this is Two Horses by the Primitive Needle. This is on an 18 count Cool Gingerbread Ada, dyed by me, so I named it. This is stitched completely in DMC. It calls for some silk brand that I don't remember at this point in my life, but I use the DMC conversion, and the reds in the flowers and the apple, or the apples, are actually two different reds, but you just can't really tell all that well because the DMC conversion of it was not the greatest. You can kind of tell because like in this apple, it's got both reds, but you can like barely tell that there's two different reds in there. But I don't care because all I care about is those stupid horses with no thoughts in their head, empty, no-brained boys right there. I love them. They're so silly. I didn't like love this fabric at first, but I think that this looks good on this fabric, and then I feel like this would be like a good piece to put out in like the fall time. So I don't remember. I was dyeing this for something specific, and then it didn't turn out how I thought it was gonna. And then I was like, I'm never gonna use this, but I couldn't get rid of it. And then I used it for the horses. They're so stupid. Ooh, 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 ooh. I love them. And then the other project that I finished, this is Bathroom by Stitchy Princess. This was my next small that I was bringing to work and working on. This was stitched on a 32 count light blue even weave. I think it's a Zweigart fabric. I don't think I dyed this. Looks too even, right? Okay, so here is the bathroom. So this one is so cute. Love it so much, but there are so many white stitches, so if you don't like stitching white, would not recommend. Also, there are like 10 different, maybe 9 different colors of backstitch, and they all have very minimal amounts. So like highly, if you're gonna do this, recommend saving your scraps from all the other colors here because there's like such itty bitty bits of backstitch. Like, so up here in the towels you can see, and in the clock, and I apparently don't know what direction my camera is. Like the toothbrushes, where'd they go? Those toothbrushes are backstitched. There's like a little bit of backstitch on the rubber duck. Like it's very, very little backstitch. So it was like, I finished this at work, and then I came home and like it took me maybe like an hour to do all the itty bitty back stitching, and then it was done. I think it's the perfect shape for like a little hoop finish, so who knows when I'll get to that, but it's done. And like, I don't hate back stitching, I just hated that it was like a couple here, a couple there, but it honestly, it makes the piece. Like, it's truly made the piece what it is. So very, very cute. I think they have like a witchy or like Halloween themed bathroom one as well that I saw. I'm pretty sure Cam the Stitcher did it like a long time ago. Then we've got a couple new starts. These, I haven't started much this year, so these were exciting. So first we have Jimothy, and this is, why am I putting it on this side? I'm putting it up here. The Witchy Stitcher. I am stitching this out on a 30 count Grease Monkey by the Sewing Shop Ink, and I'm using all the DMC. And I'm combining the two versions of the pattern, although you can't tell at this stage. But here, it's still in the hoop because I've been kind of dabbling on it here and there. So it's going to have like the Jimothy in like the metal writing up here, but then I'm going to do like the grass and the flower below just because I thought that would be fun. It would be really cute. So this guy, my friends and I started him together on Zoom, and Chandria had mentioned she was going to do all the 310 first, and I was like, I should also do all the 310 first. Get that out of the way because that's kind of a lot. And then just come, and then the fill-in will be like really fun. But I think there's like a little bit more 310 down here, and then I can come up and start doing the text. So I thought that this fabric was really cool. It's like, I don't know if you guys can see on camera, there's like these very light kind of mauvey pink splotches on there, but then it's just like got this kind of like dirty rag feel, and I thought that was perfect for our little Jimothy. And my needle minder is a Jester Furby. And then the other project that I started was the Evergreen Sal. I've been so looking forward to this. This is Sprouting Lupine, and I'm doing this on a 32 count Swamp Linen by Picture This Plus in DMC. I breezed through the first drop in like 2 days. Couldn't put it down. I did not want to put it down. I would have finished faster, but actually, like, there's this one section that I just messed up literally 4 or 5 times in a row. So here is, oh, that looks so good. But the black in his body right there, I just kept like miscounting over and over and over again. I feel like the light is washing out. There we go. You can see the detail of the wings. And then we've got this little guy up here on the frame. Just super cute. I love the linen choice that I've made. I feel like, yeah, the backstitch is hard to see on camera, but I think in real life, even from this distance, I can see it in real life. So the next drop is this coming Thursday. So I will be cranking away on that and probably finish it really fast again. So that brings me into my whips, which I don't know how well I did here. The first whip I have is my Nostalgic Tarot. This is the large project, which I work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and this week I did not work on it a single day. I did last week though, so you know, we're okay there. But I'm still on, I think, the same card that you guys saw last time, which is the Empress. Monday I had a class at the library. Tuesday I ended up streaming on my nail polish channel. Wednesday, what did I do yesterday? I think I worked on Jimothy instead because I was just feeling it. And then today I have to work on something else. So here is where I've gotten to with the Empress, starting the throne, and I started getting some of that rainbow in. And I got a lot of like the fiddlier little stuff up at the top. So next time, in 2 weeks time, you guys will see the possum in there because I really am excited about this card. I just haven't had the time to really put into it. So here's kind of the scope of the top so far. And it looks so cute and chaotic and just sparkly and fun. But I just didn't, yesterday I was like, oh, I have like at least one day I can put into it. And then I was like, I don't really feel like putting this in the frame for one night's worth of stitching. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because then I had to paint my nails because I broke a nail when I was at work. And I would have only gotten like 30 to 45 minutes of stitching on this. And that just doesn't feel like enough for a project this size. So it is what it is. There's no like time frame that I like have to have this finished. So it's fine. Next is my medium project. And brother, I'm going to take you for a ride on this one, okay? So this is Scrolls of Sumatra. This is by Ink Circles. I'm doing it on a 32 count golden hour even weave by Hand Dyed by Rolanda. And I'm also using the Floss Color Black Rose by Hand Dyed by Rolanda. And they look really good together. And I'm so excited about it. Except for where I'm not anymore because I messed up, you guys. I made like the gravest error I've ever made in my life, not counting the stocking that we're not going to talk about. When I calculated the amount of thread that I was going to need for this, I was at Stitch North. This was like 2 years ago, and I was buying it directly from her. And I don't know if I just input some numbers wrong into the calculator, or I calculated it as like 1/2 instead of 2/2, which is how I'm doing it, is 2/2. But I don't have enough thread. I don't have enough floss. I've used up my entire first skein of 50 yards, and I have one more 50-yard skein. And with the first skein, I was able to finish, let's see, I wrote it down, 12,500 stitches, or 43% of this pattern. Which means that I can get 86% of this pattern done, and then I will run out of floss. And I looked at Hand Dyed by Rolanda on Etsy. She doesn't have this colorway anymore. So my next thought was, well, why don't I use a different color for some of the motifs? And the more I thought about it, the more I liked it. And then I blocked out, I like opened up a new section, or like a new pattern keeper version of this. And I just blocked off like all the spots that I thought I would want to do in a different color and see how many stitches it added up to make sure that I was, you know, doing enough. So here's like the mock-up of the sections that I want to do in a different color. And I think it'll look fine. So then I'm going through my stash to see, do I have like anything? And I was like, oh, look, I have this other Hand Dyed by Rolanda. This one's called Black Bean, and it's like a really deep black and brown. And I feel like that would look really intentional with this one, where the squirrel, like I feel like they meld together. Here, let me cover my face. They meld together well enough where it's like a subtle difference, but the one with the brown would look super intentional if I did like the squirrels in it. And I was like, that's perfect. Great idea, Hillary. You've done it again. And then you know what? This is only 25 yards. It's not enough. So I'm back to square one. But I'm pretty sure we got this at Stitch North. So I'm going to reach out to my friends who were there and see if anybody else got a skein of this that they're like, I actually don't want it. And Hillary, you can have it to finish the project that you've already put 12,500 frickin' stitches in before you realized you didn't have enough floss. So we'll see. But it looks great. God, I was like having heart palpitations when I figured that out, because I was just like, really, Hillary? You've done this to yourself? But c'est la vie. So then I got onto my next small, which I brought to work, and I worked on yesterday, but I did not work on today because I was working on something else. But this is Harvest Season Cucumbers by Owl Forest. And this is what it looked like before. I'm using, always got to check the piece of paper, right? 32 count Helix Even Weave by Picture This Plus, as well as the Owl Forest threads. It's not a very big pattern, so I don't think this is going to take me very long. Also, I work on Owl Forest really fast for some reason, so I don't know, but all I did was finish like this part of, this is like the jar of a lid, or the lid of a jar. And then next week I'm going to like put in like the actual jar of pickles. But I think it's really cute. It's really fun. I think there's like a string. Not too much to say about this because I just only worked on it the one day, but I just was determined to at least get the jar lid in there. And then my last whip, which I worked on today, and I'll probably work on some more tonight just to get a little bit ahead, is the Nature's Journey Sal by Sprouting Lupine. I got 2 Sprouting Lupine sals going right now. This one is stitched on a 36 count cold foam by Stitchy, and I'm using the called for DMC, and there's just so much green in this section. Like, I really, today, I came up and I did this mushroom, and I finished these flowers just to have like a pop of color going. And then I came down and I started putting in the frog. I want to finish him tonight. And then I don't know where I will go from there, but I should add some more because now I'm caught back up because I was a little bit behind before, but I would like to get just a little bit more ahead so that it's so cute. It's so pretty. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm going to work on this tonight. I was debating between this and Jimothy, and I just think that this is what's calling to me right now. But it's like I do so much green, and then the other colors start to feel like a little reward, you know? As far as other crafts go, I did literally one more Hexie Puff for my Hexie Puff blanket, so I'm not even going to show you that. But I did take a Tunisian crochet class at my library. They gave us, I know it's hobby, but like they gave them to us, so I didn't pay for it. But they taught us Tunisian crochet. I learned I think it's called the simple stitch. And I'm notoriously like terrible at crochet because I'm a high tension knitter. And for some reason, I feel like you just have to choke everything that you hold onto. So I wasn't sure how this was going to go for me. But actually, I made this little square. And my tension was actually pretty good. I started to get the hang of it. And I found myself really enjoying the way that it works. Because like with crochet, you're just working on single loops. With Tunisian crochet, the hook is double-ended and it's way longer. And you pick up all the stitches onto your hook. And then you work them back off. And then you just keep going back and forth, back and forth. So I'm glad they let me keep the hook because I would like to experiment with this a little bit more and see what I can do. There's a weird stitch that looks exactly like a knit stitch. And they were like, do you want to learn that? And I was like, no, I can already knit. Like, I don't need to do a weirder version of knitting to get the knit stitch. So I chose not to learn that one. But I really did enjoy it. And it was interesting. There was a lady there who, when she was crocheting, she held the hook. So like when I hold a crochet hook, I hold like my hand like this and like kind of like work it like that. She held it from underneath and like crocheted like this. And I was just like, she looks so fancy while she crochets. And I'm like over here like a savage and I'm like, gah, gah. So I don't know. I wonder what the benefit is of like holding it underneath and doing it like that. I'll have to ask my sister because she crochets. Maybe she'll know. But she's left-handed, so like I was going to teach her how to do the Tunisian version, but I don't know if that's going to be possible because she's left-handed. But it also made me realize like where some of my tension issues were coming from, and now I kind of want to revisit regular crochet and see if I can't do some of that because I have some acrylic yarn that I just am like, I'm not going to knit with it, but I could make some really cute crochet stuff with it, so I don't know. Guess we'll see. We'll see what I do. I did have some Stitchy kindness. So Spicy Selena, she reached out to me. She had recently finished stitching Percy, the animal cracker. And she was like, didn't you say you wanted to stitch him as well? And I was like, I did say that. And so she sent me the pattern. Look at, he's so cute. This is another one that is like, I feel like some of these animal crackers are so much bigger than I thought they would be. But I think I want to maybe change some of the colors a little bit. Maybe like amp them up, make them a little bit brighter and cheerier, and change the color of his bow tie, I think. I think that would be fun. And then we're both nail polish girlies, so she offered me some from her D-stash, and she had these 2 Cirque colors that I really wanted their Paloma and Shale. It's like a speckled formula that they did a long, long time ago. It was like almost like an Easter release, I think. It was supposed to be kind of like eggs. I don't know, but I didn't buy them and I wanted to. And so the fact that she had 2 right there in her D-stash, I was like, I will take those. So thank you, Selena. And also, Selena, did you make this card? Like, did you actually, like, hand make this card? Because that's crazy if you did. It looks so good. I was very excited to get that package. As far as plans go, I wrote in my weekend calendar that I'm going to FFO some things, but I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe myself, because I feel like I've been writing that in every single weekend, and every single weekend it's been getting skipped. Aside from that, just sticking to my small, medium, large rotation as much as possible, because I've got so many plans in August. And then I did pick out my 13 spooky smalls already for October. I just need to kit them up. I got a little pile right here. I just need to get some fabric and floss for some of them and some beads for some of them, and also some perforated PVC. So once I have those all kitted up, I will do like a little showcase of all the ones that I picked. And then next week I will be working on the Evergreen Sal. But actually, I'm going to skip reading, watching, playing this week just because my husband told me he's going to make me dinner. So I'm going to go do that instead of anything else. And I just have been filming for an hour and it is really hot in this room. And I feel a little frantic right now. So I am going to let you guys go with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.